Today I'm reviewing the MSI Codex Z2 Gaming Desktop A8NVL-446US with an AMD Ryzen 7 8700F, GeForce RTX 5060, 32GB DDR5, and a 1TB NVMe SSD. If you want to check current pricing or availability, it's linked below. I've spent real time with this PC on my desk, using it for 1080p/1440p gaming, multitasking, background apps, and general daily use. This review is based on seeing how it behaves in real scenarios, not just specs. Let's set expectations clearly. This is not positioned as a premium enthusiast desktop that competes with flagship builds. It's not going to outpace rigs with top-tier GPUs like the RTX 5090 or very high-end content creation workstations. What it is designed for is a capable mid-range gaming experience with smooth responsiveness and practical expandability. In 1080p gaming, the Ryzen 7 8700F and RTX 5060 pair well together. Popular competitive titles feel fluid at high settings, and modern AAA games run comfortably with good frame rates at high to medium settings. For players focused on 1440p, this setup still delivers a good experience. You might need to tweak settings in the most demanding titles, but performance stays consistent rather than competitive grade fast. The 32GB of DDR5 RAM is ample for gaming alongside background apps like voice chat, browsers, and productivity tools. In daily use, responsiveness stayed solid and switching between tasks felt smooth. For gamers who also stream or do light creative tasks, that memory cushion can make a meaningful difference compared with more constrained systems. The 1TB NVMe SSD contributes noticeably to overall system feel. Boot times and game load screens are quick, and I didn't run out of space during normal use with a moderate game library installed. If you build a very large library or work with large project files, you may consider additional storage later, but for many users this feels practical right away. Thermals and noise are important in any mid-tower desktop. The Codex Z2's airflow-focused mesh front panel and fan setup keep temperatures in a reasonable range under extended load, and I didn't see CPU thermal limits throttle performance. Noise under gaming sessions is present, fans ramp up audibly, but it's not overwhelming. It sits in the background rather than dominating the room. Build quality is straightforward and functional. The chassis has a clean look with decent airflow and room for upgrades. Internally, the case is comfortable to access if you later decide to swap parts or add components. Now let's position it logically. If your priority is maximum performance per dollar and you enjoy customizing builds, a DIY rig can sometimes offer higher peak benchmarks for similar budgets. That's a reality with pre-built versus custom systems. Likewise, if ultra-quiet operation is high on your list, there are quieter builds with optimized cooling that manage acoustics more aggressively than typical stock configurations. Where the Codex Z2 makes sense is for buyers who want a solid 1080p-oriented gaming desktop, appreciate plenty of memory for multitasking, prefer a ready-to-use system without major configuration chores, like the idea of easy upgrades later. It doesn't chase unrealistic performance figures, but it doesn't underperform for its hardware class either. User feedback on similar configurations shows solid everyday use and good gaming results in common titles, with smooth performance for most games at 1080p and decent performance at higher resolutions when tuned appropriately. Customer reviews also tend to recommend it for what it delivers. Best Buy one, so here's the rational evaluation. The MSI Codex Z2 A8NVL-446US delivers dependable mid-range gaming and multitasking performance with enough memory and storage to satisfy most mainstream users. It's not a top-tier enthusiast build, but it doesn't try to be. This feels like a balanced, practical desktop that covers everyday gaming and general use without surprises. Check current pricing below and evaluate it against your needs. 1. https://www.bestbuy.com/site/reviews/MSI Codex Z2 Gaming Desktop AMD R7 8700F 16GB memory NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5062 TB SSD /119909161 @_source equals chat.com Codex Z2 Gaming Desktop AMD R7 8700F 16GB memory